The knife has always been something in zombies to help players scrape a few extra points on the side for those early rounds. But now with Cold War zombies being very loadout based and changing the traditional zombies formula, this actually stopped being the norm. You now have the option of equipping the knife as a primary weapon, and you can run around with this and it will actually use one of your weapon slots. And whilst this may seem pointless at first, the damage of this thing is amazing. This thing is a one-hit kill until round 14. That's the same as the Galvanucles from Black Ops 2, you're basically having them handed to you. Like all weapons, the knife can actually be pack-a-punched up to 3 times and have its rarity changed as well. Not only that, but for added flavour, it has an elemental effect you can put onto it of your choosing. If all of this isn't enough reason to try it, then I will tell you why this is something that you would actually want to start with and use as your loadout in the beginning, and also what other things to pair it with. I first want to talk about what gun you should carry with it, and I think this is going to be no surprise, but there's 2 options here that are really going to help get into those high rounds, and even beating the Easter egg. One of the guns to pair this with is a wall weapon, and this is obviously the one and only the Gallo SA-12 shotgun. Once these 2 beautiful weapons are combined, you get this amazing, really effective, and honestly probably one of the most overpowered loadouts of close range combat. It becomes this powerhouse type of loadout. What makes this loadout so viable is that it is a lifesaver. Considering you have 2 of the best weapons in zombies right now that are both made to be extremely close quarter weapons, if you get cornered and your ether shroud ability has run out, or whatever it is you would use to save yourself, you'll be able to mow down the zombies with your Gallo 12, and if you're still cornered at that point, you'll be able to knife your way out. And don't sleep on this, because it has saved my life so many damn times. Cold War Zombies has some guns in it that really need to be buffed a lot more, and most of them do drop off eventually, but the knife seems to be very consistent. So consistent in fact that it can 3-hit a Megaton, and I'm not exaggerating there. 3 hits is all it takes to make short work of one of those things. So you really can rely on the knife to get you out of some very sticky situations. The next gun I'm gonna list to pair this with is either gonna be super obvious, or you'll be like, why on earth would any sane zombies player do that? But this is going to be the Die Wonder Weapon. Think about you training and you've got this horde going, but there's zombies that keep just running in front of you, and there's little pockets of them that just are constantly spawning in and will never join the rest of the horde that you've managed to collect. The knife is a really good substitute for this, so you can easily just swipe them and just get them out of your way and keep continuing and not get sandwiched or anything like that. And then the Wonder Weapon obviously comes into play here for dealing the final blow to the big horde you've got. I've tried this a few times and honestly it's not too bad, especially if you upgrade the Wonder Weapon itself. It's an interesting and effective way to play zombies and to switch it up. I mean, you'll usually be used to having things like ARs and LMGs just full of ammo and you're just ready to mow zombies down, but this basically requires you to be conservative with your ammo, and it's a good way to practice training, to be honest. Just make sure you know when to use the knife and when to obviously get rid of your train at the right time, and this will end up being a very effective setup. As for your specialist ability, I think these are going to be obvious, I know, but Ether Shroud is probably one of the best things, especially when you consider that you do have a knife, so you are going to get cornered and there are going to be times where you won't be able to wriggle your way out of it. So Ether Shroud obviously does help with that. I feel like Ring of Fire, more specifically its first 2 tier upgrades, would be pretty nice to have when you're doing a melee kind of loadout here, and it would be useful for adding that extra damage and that safety ring for you. One of the most frustrating things is that imagine if there is a Megaton, right, and you split it into 2 and you kind of have to run away and you've just got a group of zombies with you, idea. It's so annoying when you're knifing and they spit and then the acid comes down and then the zombies are hitting you at the same time, and the Ring of Fire tier 2 upgrade would prevent that since it blocks incoming enemy projectiles. But these are just my own personal recommendations. If you really enjoy using the knife just as much as I do, tell me what guns you mix it with, because I really encourage people who watch this to go out and find some really cool loadouts and setups in general with the knife and what other stuff they can pair it with. But anyways guys, I'm gonna leave this video here today. If this was helpful or informative and you enjoyed this in general, make sure you hit the like button, comment what loadouts have worked well for you, comment what setups with the knife have worked well for you, and most importantly, do hit the subscribe button because that is going to help me out big time and it's going to help you as well. If you turn the post notifications on by ringing the little bell, you'll be able to know when I upload next, and you don't want to miss these videos because I've been uploading a lot lately and you really don't want to miss them. So thank you for watching so much, and I will see you guys next time.